we just installed the new VHF radio. Put it in right here, and we ran all the wires kind of. We're gonna tuck them back up in to there somehow. It'll be a tight fit, but it should just slide right on in. So, and then we got a new communication cable running all the way towards the back, which I should have showed y'all last time, but now it's all linked into the back. Alright guys, so we just mounted a new board in here, and this new board attaches to our new GPS, which swivels, and will swivel back into the cockpit area here, cabin. And we've also got our depth sounder, and everything should hopefully work once we get it all wired up. So right now we're stripping some wires for the GPS unit and the depth finder, and we just ran everything and then run a heat shrink over it, and then that way it can zip up this like little ladder system here with the different swing arms. So. Now we're just shrinking down all of our stuff, making sure that it's watertight. Okay. Let's see if it works off of one.
Let me get this here.
Alright guys, does it work? What do you think? I'm thinking yes, it's powered on.
Select.
Agree, and there we are. Cool. We are all mounted up on our little swivel. Alright, we're about ready to change out the oil and the fuel filter, and that's going to be fun. So, nice and messy. Alright guys, so what we're doing here is we ran down the oil extraction tube down into the dipstick. This is on a Yanmar 1GM, and this goes right down into the oil pan itself. And then we just extract it out into an oil pan, or oil discharge thing, and we'll take that over to O'Reilly after we're done. So here's the pump that we were using. It's a Jabsco utility pump, and this thing was working super well for us, and then it just kind of goes down, and then I don't have them here right now, but the pan that we put it in is like just normal car oil pan. We just got everything all done on the fuel lines, and everything's all bled out as far as the fuel lines going to the motor. So this is a Yanmar 1GM. It's I think it's a 7 or an 8 horsepower. It's not the later model 1GM 10. Anyway, fuel line coming in, goes through the water separator, which we replaced out. All it is just a screw off style, and we replaced that out, and then this follows down back into here, and then there's a bleed screw that you start off here, and a lot of people will tell you to crank the motor over to start the bleed off. Here, let me get you a better view of that. Okay, center of screen, right through that circle, right through the dip circle is that first bleed off. Now what I do instead of actually firing up the motor is I will loosen that up and then I'll give my fuel bulb a squeeze. And then once I see the fuel kind of pump out right through there, right through that little bolt there in the center, which is, let me get my hand on without getting burned. I just turned the engine on. So anyway, it's here, and you tighten that up as soon as you see fuel coming through it. Then you come up here, you'll see those, they have a faded red color head to it. I use the Sharpie for remembering where my bleed offs are. Anyway, the nearest one to you, that is going to be the secondary one. Press the bulb again once that thing is loose, and you might have to squeeze it 2 or 3 times, then you'll get fuel flowing through there. And then lock her down, and then come over here, and this is the one where you're actually going to have to turn the motor on because you got to get the piston going up and down, and give it a couple of turns on the crank, like by starting up the motor, and undo that until you see some fuel kind of trickling through. Tighten her back up, and then go ahead and start her up. It takes about 3 minutes versus doing it for about 45. Anyway, this is a Yanmar 1GM. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. And as always, please subscribe.